What's up, everybody? Brody here, back again with another episode of Hermit Skies Project Ozone Lite. Oh yeah! Now I know my look has changed there quite a bit from the last time you seen me. I know this. I'll explain here a little bit, but first, let's build. So, for those of you that watched when I did Infinity Evolved Skyblock, you guys already know what this is. But for those of you that are new to my channel, that haven't watched that portion yet, this little gem right here is a fully automatic mob spawner. Now, it may not look like much for right now. This is just a framework for it. But in here, in this portion right here, we're going to set up some spikes that are more likely diamond spikes. So in that way, we can get player drops. We can get XPs, and I'll set up a experience obelisk for that type of thing. And also, this will be the meat machine. Yeah, that's right, the meats. Yes, the meats. So basically, what I mean by that is there is a machine from MFR called the Slaughterhouse, which is used, primarily to take cows and sheep and other types of bits, and it kills them and processes them down to a liquid meat form, and then you use the meat packer from MFR to turn those into meat ingots. And then when you cook said meat ingots, they will refill your entire hunger bar and give you full haunches of saturation, if I do recall, unless they change that. But yeah, the way this thing works, we'll get up here real quick and we'll pop into one of these right here. Actually, while we're in here, we can get some work done too. So, the way this thing works, and we'll start putting down some dirt. Is this thing runs on cursed earth? Now, the way cursed earth works, it will spawn in mobs just by being there, and it will actually spawn them in at in a accelerated rate, to where it makes a perfect mob spawner. And also, the way the old version of the cursed earth worked, you could put underneath spawners, and it would increase the rate of said spawner, and also would allow it to spawn even without the player being nearby. So yeah. So cursed earth used to be a pretty big deal. Let's see, a few more over there, and then a few more over here. Now, unfortunately, I don't have enough drops of evil, because, as you know, with the old version, with the 1.7.10 version, the way you got cursed earth, chewing the apple here real quick, was you do the ritual to activate a division sigil. Now, the division sigil and unstable ingots and stuff and things like that have been removed from the I do believe it was 1.9 above versions of extra utilities. So, the newest rendition of extra utilities does not have the division sigil in it anymore, which is kind of sad. I mean, I always found it kind of fun to do with the ritual, but it is what it is. But the way they perform that now is they use drops of evil, which is a drop that you get from wither skeletons. You kill them, and then you have the chance of getting a drop of evil. Yeah. Now, along with this, we're going to be using, oh, I got them on me. Yeah, we'll also need levers. We're going to be using some of these here mob fans. And since, grant, the farm is small, by comparison, it is relatively small. But with the fans, whenever a mob spawns in, it will blow them this way. They fall down in the hole down there, they fall into the diamond spikes, and then, they die. And, all the nice little bits and bobs there, they come squirting out everywhere. We'll probably use like a vacuum hopper or something to that effect to suck them all up and put them into a nice little storage system that we can hook up to our AE stuff and things. So then, we can have all the time. Okay, take out that one right there. And I brought too much dirt to the party. Okay, one of these. And two of these. Now, the fan upgrade there for the width will allow it to cover the 3-block wide area. Which is nice. And I already tested it. We won't need a range upgrade because this is only, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks in width. So yeah, they'll easily be pushed off and into the 3x3 cavity that we have right here. And then 2 more of those. And one of those, and 2 more of those. And then take that out. One of those, and 2 of those. Okay. Now, along with this, I don't want this thing to run all the time. Just don't. I may chunk load the area eventually, so I really do not want this thing to run all the time. So along with getting the drops of evil, to turn the dirt into cursed earth, I'm also going to be getting it's going to be kind of old school. We're going to be getting some redstone lamps because, as you know, with the old version of Cursed Earth and this version, direct sunlight will cause it to catch on fire and then goes bye-bye. Now, indirect light, like, glowstone and redstone lamps and torches, stuff like that, will not affect the Cursed Earth. Now, I actually made sure that with this version of extra utilities, that was still a thing, and it is, nice little testing world for that type of thing. So, yeah, so we're going to be getting some little bit of old school redstone online there for that type of thing. We'll go ahead, we'll put that right there, and that's enough light to keep things from spawning. And break out my lever levers here. And we'll put one right there. We'll put one right there. Put one right there. And put one right there. And along with that, I'll get some. I'll probably get some glass. It's probably weatherproof there. I do believe fused quartz is weatherproof. We'll put that in there so we can, we can watch the progress there. We can watch the fun. And also underneath, which is, I'll do the underneath port off camera. But under here is where I'll have storage for all the drops that we'll get. Skulls, that type of thing, and where all the machines for meat ingot production will go. Now that will be a full-on production deal. First it will suck up the liquid meats. It will take the liquid meats and put them into meat ingots, and then it will cook the meat ingots. It will all be done by machines. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. All this stuff that you see right here. Oh, yeah, I just about forgot about that. So, from the last episode, you saw me with a whole bunch of derp armor and the tier 3 jetpack. Now, Grant, it took some time. It took a little bit of doing. But I made up the tier 4 and tier 5 jetpacks. You know, the, the, here, actually, we'll go in and, you know, grant, you know, this took quite a bit of crafting. And you can see it's only about half full. I haven't even gotten it fully charged yet. So we'll come down here. We'll come over to simply jetpacks. First, we need to make the tier 4, the vibrant jetpack, which is vibrant alloy, attack capacitors, ender energy conduit, some vibrant crystals, redstone alloys, more attack capacitors. So about the same thing as the resident jetpack, only in ender IO form. Now, this dark solarium jet plate. This thing took a bit of crafting. Now, just like with the flux infused, you have things in here plus the thruster from the previous tier, which that wasn't so bad. But this dark solarium, dark steel solarium, and then pulsating crystal, and then you had these flight control units, which are hardened glass, electrical steel, dark solarium ingots, and to get those to work, right, I had no problem getting a couple bats. I went into the Remedium realm, kind of flew around a little bit, but yeah, I also had to make the soul binder. Yeah, so I had to make that as well. I do. Have I completed the quest for that? Okay, yes I did. Yes I did. But yeah, that was a full thing. And then, once I got all this crafted, the last thing was the dark chest plate. Now the only issue with that requires the supremium chest plate, which requires the superium chest plate, which requires the intermedium chest plate, which requires the prudentium chest plate, which requires the inferium chest plate, which requires diamond chest plate, which I made, but the mystical agriculture crafting and the waiting for inferium essence, oh my god. It took, I sat down to make that thing, and then 6 hours later, I was just about there, I was out of essence, and luckily, old man Hibble, he'd been hanging out with me there. He'd been derping around. Just so happens that he had a setup to take the inferium essence and craft it all the way up to insanium already. So he hooked me up with a few a few pieces of insanium, which can be broken all the way back down to the previous tiers. So it was like, really? You're already that far in? He was like, well, yeah. So that definitely is a thing we're gonna have to get into. I mean, I've seen the setup that he was using. Granted, it's just a harvester and then planter, but he's using a block from RF Tools. I do believe it's called the Crafter. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, here it is. The Crafter Tier 3. So, you have to set up with the Master Stone, which requires a piece of Terra Steel, which, he had to go all the way into Britannia to be able to do that. But he has that set up to where once it gets enough, all he has to do, just flip a switch, and then it makes it sanium. Just like that. So yeah, yeah, quite impressive. We're gonna have to actually do up an area just for insanium production, because I get the feeling that you know we ain't done with mystical agriculture yet. I just get that feeling. And also the tree machine has been turned off. As you can see, got quite a few logs, quite a few apples. So it actually full on stopped because both of these were full. The chest was full. The planter was full. So yeah, that time wasn't pretty on getting everything all out of there and all sorted and everything. And also, our drives are almost full. Right, I pulled some stuff out of them there, so the bottom two are green. But we're definitely gonna have to resort the ME system. Now, Grant, I do have a controller that I can use for that type of thing, but I do believe that we're gonna have to set that up to be a lot nicer than what it is. And also, magma crucible, fluid transposer, induction cylinder. That was to make up the flux infused plating, which is flux crystal. That's just a diamond and redstone, and the flex electrum plates. Now, for those of you that have played the 1.7.10 version, that have used Redstone Arsenal, yeah, that's the mod, yeah. For those of you that have done that version, whenever you created the the plates, the plating for this, it was just flux electrum and then the flux crystal. Well, now they changed it to where you had to make plates. Well, the plates are made in this little gem right here, the compactor. So, let's see, do I have any more? Yeah, grab a piece of flux electrum and we'll put it in the compactor. And there we go, flux electrum plate. Storage and press. Huh, interesting. So basically that reminds me of I forget what it's called, but it's from IC2. It's where it made the plates and like the wires and all that type of thing. Oh, the name of it escapes me right now, mostly because I don't like IC2. Especially for the whole entire fact that once you place down the machines, you have to have some type of special tool to be able to pick them up, or you run the risk of breaking the machine and just getting the machine casing back. I mean, really, who does that? But, yeah. So, I do believe, first we'll eat, then we'll flip around, and we'll do this. So I do believe that's going to be it for this episode of Hermit Skies Project Ozone Lite. And Grant, it ain't ready yet, but like the sorting system and the drops of evil and the diamond spikes, and getting everything all set up. I'm not gonna bore you guys with all that. I mean, right? Well, I'll probably switch back in while I get ready to drop down the drops of evil, and then make sure everything all works like it's supposed to. You know, yeah, we'll do that part together. But all the other crafting that goes in along with it, you know, watching somebody just craft and craft and craft, it gets kind of boring. I'd much rather do other stuff with you guys. So, yeah. So next episode we'll get that going. Make it our AE storage problem all sorted out, and maybe, just maybe, make get some Corey type technology online. So yeah. So that's it for this episode. Hope you guys like it. Make sure you smash down the thumbs up button if you like the episode, and if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe. We're up to 29 subscribers. And also, I haven't got to say it in an actual episode yet, but Donald, one of my newest subscriber, welcome to the herd, my man. So, yeah. And also, for those of you that follow me on Twitter, you already know what's going on. But for those of you that don't, number one, at Bernie1984. Yes, that is the thing. I am on the Twitters. So, you can come over there and you can check me out. And, that's where, my videos go live there as well. So, it's instant notification when that happens. Not like with YouTube, where it's kind of a, well, we may wait 2 or 3 hours before letting you guys know. So that is the thing. But also, I posted something up there. Since we're getting pretty close to 30 subscribers, I'll throw it out here as well. I do believe that we may come into here, or may show up on the Slipgator server, and have a little bit of a Q&A type of thing. So, for those of you that have not followed me on Twitter, go ahead and do so. And I have a posting up there for the Q&A session. So, if you guys have questions for me, you want to know a little bit more about me, how I got involved in this, or just random life stuff and things, go ahead, just throw them at me. And, as soon as we reach 30, we'll sit down, you'll get to know, me. So, yeah. So, as soon as we roll the 30, that will be the thing. I'll gather all your guys' questions there, and we'll have some vlog time. Yeah. So, you guys, as always, keep calm. Pony on.